Welcome back to the Conspiracy Outpost. Tonight we are wrapping up our first season with just some chat about what we've done on the podcast and what to expect next season. And of course, your boys will be having a few drinks and smoking a little weed. I'm your host, Casey.
I'm Mike.
I'm Jumping Jehoshaphat Joe.
I'm Matt.
I'm Nate.
Well, we made it to a what we're calling a season finale here. There's no spoiler alert. There's no conspiracy here, other than
The fact that we have 2 more episodes left to record other than this one.
yeah.
How many episodes so far?
This is episode, 30
30?
for season 1. Yeah, next season we're gonna have I think it's 52 episodes.
You know, I did hear a fan base conspiracy from some of our fans that we're withholding several episodes that are a little too testy for the public.
Yeah.
Just one.
There's a whole
Just one.
pizza gate. Yeah.
Yeah. We did Pizzagate, and someone made a couple too many jokes. I was like, I can't. I mean, it's not that bad. It's nothing other comedians haven't already said, pretty much. But it's like,
We're just not as funny as them.
We're just not as funny because our delivery isn't laughed by
child
millions.
human trafficking isn't very funny to a lot of people.
We aren't.
Yeah.
We don't have the fame to release it.
Yeah,
It is the Kanye, because we do have him on that episode.
Wait, you think about it.
We got
have to
Kanye in
hold
the
it.
episode.
You're
We have
on your
Kanye in
way.
the episode.
You're on your way to work in the morning. You're in your car. You're sipping your already burnt coffee, getting ready for another Monday morning. Getting ready for another Monday morning of work. You pop in Conspiracy Outpost, getting ready to hear some knowledge, and then all of a sudden you hear a bunch of jokes about ordering children from a pizza place. That's not okay.
Exactly.
It's well, okay, so I think we were more loose about joking about it because it's been proven that there was no basement in that pizza place or nothing like that. So
Yeah, but
I mean,
human
it could have happened. Who knows?
with children
But
still happens. Which
It's
is why
nothing
not
you
that
wouldn't
funny.
find at a Papa John's.
yeah, that guy's openly racist and shitty, and he still has a chain.
No, that
I'm
was
pretty
Papa
sure he got
Burger.
removed.
You're
No,
thinking of
it
the
was
wrong
Papa John's.
Papa. No, it wasn't Papa. Was it Papa
We all
John's?
know
No, it's
he
not
keeps in
Papa
his
John's,
chains. We all know who
That's
he
why
keeps
he's not in
chained up.
NFL commercials anymore.
Wait, was it Papa John's? I thought it was Papa
Yeah,
John's.
it's
Speaking
Papa
of
Jo- it's
chains,
Papa John's.
That's Papa
Oh
John's.
shit. Well, my bad. I was thinking of the EBT version. of
Papa
Papa
Murphy's
John's.
is a saint.
Yeah, you can get that shit on EBT.
Yeah, that's
I
why I
know.
said the EBT Papa.
This is a
It's true, Pop.
conspiracy? Papa
Well, maybe
Murphy's, can
test
you
it
get it
out.
on EBT? The conspiracy. We'll reveal the answer at the end of this episode. Stay tuned.
Well,
It
it's
just
been revealed.
at the end of the episode of
It's been proven because I did it about last
You
week.
can get it.
when, Anthony was down here.
Stop it. Stop it. Is why people only listen to the first fucking 12 minutes of every episode.
Our next
Just
our next season, we're gonna do quick conspiracies. It's gonna be Kurt Cobain. Did he die? Yes, he's dead.
Yes, he's
Suicide.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yep.
Because
Okay, next one.
Trailer park people only listen to this if they hear something racist within the first 10 minutes. If not, they shut it right off.
One of,
Salem witch trials. There were witches. Let me tell you. That was
One
it.
of my-
That's the whole episode.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about Salem, Oregon.
One of my favorite fake conspiracies that, like, I mean, so everybody asks about, like, this actually could be an episode, I guess. I don't know if you guys did it already. Did you guys talk about, like, Biggie and Tupac?
That's next season.
Not
I
next
got
season,
Biggie
though.
and
Talk on that.
Oh, I
got
shouldn't even
Biggie-
talk
yeah.
about it yet. Okay, fucking
Well,
listeners, there
we
you
can-
go, right there. There's a fucking heads up at the end of this season. It's coming
Give him a
up.
little taste. Let him know what's. Let him know what. Give him a little taste.
Yep. I'm just gonna say that I have my own theory about what happened to Biggie, Tupac, and you know what, Prince. So that'll come up next season. I'm not
Only
even gonna
thing-
get into it right now.
Only thing promised to me is a conspiracy still evolving.
Damn, it's rough.
No, dude, they're obviously. I just got to say this: they're obviously living together as a couple on in the Bahamas.
You're getting a little too close to the sun there, Joseph.
I've flown closer.
We also got the thing that Elvis is still alive next season.
Oh, okay, that's sweet.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
so I had someone in my Uber last night.
I don't.
Is he still stealing work?
I chose a lot of only from black people.
Yeah, I heard he's actually singing old Ray J songs in fucking Canada.
Artist. Oh.
So I chose a couple music ones, Tupac being one of them, Elvis being another, and then I also did Paul McCartney is Dead, that he was replaced in the Beatles. That have you heard about that?
I've never heard of that. No.
Yeah, that's a conspiracy that's been.
I'm gonna have to Google that, man. I haven't heard of that.
Well, is this possible replacement still alive? Actually, I don't know.
They also have the same
Paul
thing
McCartney.
with Avril Lavigne. That Avril Lavigne was replaced early on.
I just seen that on my Google News feed.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, I just seen it. I think it's because all the shit that I've been typing in lately, conspiracy-wise.
All the Avril Lavigne related things I've been typing about lately.
I will get to the bottom of it, and I will find her.
Who was the skater boy?
He was just a boy.
Who was the skater boy? How long is later boy?
And what Canadian facility were they cloned in? I was interested, but I don't really know anything about it. They have those.
She was married to the dude from Nickelback.
Yeah, but which rapper was it they said was cloned while he was
she was married to the Nickelback guy.
Chad Kroeger?
Is that his name, the lead singer?
The singer? Yeah. Chad
Yeah,
Kroeger.
yes, they're married for a good minute, yeah.
Well, look at that photograph.
Every time I see it, makes me laugh, dude.
Yeah, what a chump, because they're divorced.
Matthew, do you remember what was that rapper's name? It was Dragon Ball Z based, but the dude was so burnt out, he was saying he was actually a clone from Canada of himself.
I don't remember.
He has the Majin symbol tattooed on his forehead.
Is it Ramirez?
Oh, I don't know.
No, probably not.
He had a Majin Buu, the M symbol.
He just raps about
Majin
DBZ too.
Oh, does he?
Have you ever heard Ramirez's Android 13? I guess if we're talking about androids, look it up sometime. I think you guys would dig it. It's like a minute and a half. It's tight.
I was a little upset that.
Should we try to throw some structure into this, Casey?
Trunks in a song.
A little bit.
Yeah, we can. So let's
I'd like to know what everybody's favorite episode has been.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what was your favorite episode of season one?
Not yeah.
Nate's obviously gonna.
Oh, well, actually, Mike, you asked it, so you can segue into it.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, well, I just asked it. So if someone wants to answer, then fine. But if not, my favorite episode that we've done so far, for professionalism at least, was Mark Sargent, because that just felt like an actual legit professional thing, and that was just something way removed from what we usually do, and I want to turn the podcast more like that.
I agree.
But as far as just our usual shit, just looking up a little bit, talking about it, fucking around, being just stupid.
The one constructive.
I really enjoyed Salem Witch Trials. I thought that one was really fun and hilarious to do. I had a good time on that.
I'd say one constructive. Oh, sorry.
Or if not that, then probably I enjoyed the fucking Little Bastard one.
Oh, that was a good one.
But that one was just because that one and JFK are kind of tied, because that one, it just flowed right, and that one just seemed like it just went real fast and
I think it's because everybody was on the same page with it. We were all we all kind of
everybody looked up something about it, so everybody had an opinion about something.
Okay, things get a little chaotic out in the real world, brother.
But yeah, I like Salem Witch Trials and Flat Earth the most so far.
I could say one thing about that one we did with him was we could have had a couple more questions, and I missed the joking element a little bit in there.
Yeah,
too, and we
were still joking, and I thought of multiple questions afterwards where it's just like, fuck.
Yeah. With Mark,
it was. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say with Mark Sargent, it was that episode was I feel like that was a great milestone for the podcast because that really opened up, especially Joseph's eyes, because he was because he like a lot of the episodes that we've talked about, people have been like, oh, this is stupid, I don't believe in this, blah blah blah. But Joseph was like, after we did that episode, he's like, this made me open my eyes a little bit more to make me want to like have a different perspective about it, you know. So now he's a flat earther, and
you got him, Mark.
Not open my, but it made me want to stop trashing on beliefs rather than just actually, you know, being more open to looking.
That was
open up a dialogue instead.
That was a fair
open up a dialogue
takeaway
instead of shutting shit down like I usually do.
Yeah, I would like to say, yeah, that was an interesting takeaway that I had from that too. Is just like, you know, people that believe shit that's like super wrong, like aren't shitty people, like just because of that. And you know, even if they're fucking like, you know, they're spreading their beliefs. They got groups and collectives and shit like that. It's like I think probably only like rarely do things like that ever go malevolent, you know. And as long as people understand what's real, what's fake or whatever, even if they fucking don't, it just doesn't matter that much. But
dude, come on, intention.
And B.O.B. is a flat earther, and that man's got a beautiful voice. There's no chaos in that. It's pretty tight. I haven't heard him recently, but I mean, it used to be very tight.
It was pretty good. But yeah, I think that was the most fun. That was really cool talking to somebody that was like
had all the answers.
I want to say a professional in their field, because like, I mean, he's done a lot of research in the thing that he's into, and it was
he's a flat eartherite.
If we were gonna talk to any flat earther that was considered a professional in their field, that was it.
That was it.
And the guy was super chill.
My podcast that I like listen to, my other conspiracy podcast, they it's Alien Theorists Theorizing, if you want to check them out, Nate. But
you always bring them up.
What's it called?
Podcast, you piece of shit.
Yeah, no, but they did 2 flat Earth episodes, and the first flat Earth episode, all they were doing is like the flat Earthers, not the conspiracy group, because they were just bashing them openly, right, like to their face, but. They're not like bashing them, but they were like, hold on. Explain to me why this is happening without bringing religion into it, is what they were trying to do. But they're like, no, it's because they're hiding God. And they're like, oh, you're not listening to me, you know? Like, it's like but Mark wasn't like that. Mark was like, oh, yeah, this is why I believe this. And it spawns off into this conspiracy, and then the reason why I believe this is because it spawns off into this, you know. And he had pathways to why he believed what he believed. It wasn't just like, oh, they're trying to hide God from us. That's why I always bash flat earthers. It's like, you guys literally never say anything. But Mark actually changed my mind with that too, because after we talked to him, I was like, yeah. And now, I still don't believe in the flat Earth, but I've always been the person that's willing to openly talk about randoms, like the stuff like that. Like I don't have a problem having a discussion about that, and which I liked. That's why I liked when he came on, because it was amazing. And all the questions I was going to ask, he fucking just sat there and answered it. So I was just sitting there just listening. Really, I was just like. I didn't know what to say.
Not only that, but cool. He gave us. If you listened while he was talking that when he got into flat Earth, he was already into multiple conspiracy before that. That's why I think he has the outlook that he has with a large dose.
Yeah,
of
and he was a doubter at first too.
Simulation theory, because he had already looked. He was saying he had already looked up multiple theories and was like, oh, and then he was just like, well, this one I'm gonna look into it just because there's nothing left. And he didn't believe it, and then he looked further, and then, you know, which explains why he has his outlook on flat Earth, which includes multiple other conspiracy theories,
and why he's on Netflix and we're not. Matthew, what was your favorite?
It was on Netflix. They took it off.
Matthew, what? Yeah, because it wasn't
contracts.
Netflix is
it's that contract ended. Now HBO and all them shit.
I think the funnest one was the whatchamacallit, the Queen one.
The Queen.
Fucking Diana.
Princess Diana.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude! I still refer to Logan Paul as Princess Diana.
Yeah.
Wait, Diana or Diane? Is it Princess Diane or Diana?
Diana.
It's Diana. Okay.
Well, it's past tense, so it's died.
Mandela effect.
Dad and you're gonna be missing her.
But it's crazy though how much they look alike though. Like Logan Paul literally looked like.
Dude, I made a joke about that recently because we were
maybe the Illuminati. Maybe he's a part of the family. That's where all his riches.
As someone who has seen Logan Paul in a skimpy black dress, they look exactly alike.
We went to Walmart. We went to Walmart recently before Thanksgiving.
Really gross.
And Anna kept flashing me the Prime whatever thing. And I was like, "What is that?" Like I didn't know. And she was like, "It's Logan Paul's whatever his energy drink thing." I was like, "Well, you know, he is royalty." And she looked at me crazy, and I was just like, "It's an inside joke from the podcast."
It'd be kind of cool to get Logan Paul on and talk to him about the Princess Diana podcast that we did.
Why you guys?
Did you know you were trending?
I think you would get a kick out of it, to be honest.
No, he'd probably want to put you in the ring with him.
Yeah, he'd probably try to box you with no experience and then say he's a badass.
I watched a dumbass video of him. I watched a dumbass. I think it was him or Jake Paul. Whoever the one is that fucking.
Wild man.
The one he has a video. I think it's him. Or his brother, I don't know, but he has a video of a fake Pokemon card, and he's eating, and he shows it. It peels off, and then he slams his plate and punches out his window and walks away. It's like, dude, you held your anger to record you doing that. That made no fucking sense. About 15 seconds of dumb assery.
Well, it's all acting.
Look how angry I am. I held it in long enough to get this 15-second video of me peeling off.
It's all
sticker,
it's all fake. It's all
my plate and window.
Dumb. But
my favorite episode.
Majority of people. There's a good amount of people that just buy that shit. They don't care. They buy that shit. They think it's real. And so,
if it's entertaining, it's entertaining.
You're right. Yep, you're right. 100%.
You really think every story a comedian tells is real?
Yes, you know? I do. Personally.
I don't trust you, Nate. You are a comedian. You're lying for them. You're part of the system.
Have to be a Casey and bring up a podcast within a podcast by listening to This Is Important, the Workaholic.
The podcast you always bring up.
So Blake, yeah, the one that I always bring up. So I guess I'm guilty of it too. So like Blake, the one with the long curly hair, he was talking about not wanting to get like pills for depression because he's afraid that it'll change what's funny about him. And a lot of comedians, I think, are like that. So it's like a lot of their stories come from pain. They just alter things and exaggerate things. But that being said, Jake Paul is not an entertainer to me. He just seemed like a rich guy that had a lot of time on his hands. And so he was able to fucking do this and that and fucking whatever. Whereas these guys tell stories for a living that are entertaining. Not just a guy that fucking had enough money to get himself in the ring with champions and shit.
Yep.
Yeah. I can't argue with you there.
This is going to take a dark turn, and any hardcore fans that we may or may not have,
new conspiracy. Feel free to wear. Is Logan Paul a real fighter?
Is that Charizard real?
So what was your favorite episode, Casey?
My favorite episode. It probably is gonna have to. Well, I kind of have like two. Like my favorite episode that we talked about, like when we were just sitting there chit-chatting and bullshitting and stuff. Mm-hmm. I like the Lisa Lamb episode.
Oh, dude, I love
that one was just funny to talk. Even though, it's a very morbid topic, but it was funny to talk about because we talked about the funny aspects and also the shitty aspects of mental health. So actually,
we had a good mix. We had a good mix of facts and bullshit. We did a very good. It balanced out
and a very
well.
deep
and
dive
actually,
on mental health on that one.
Yeah, if we can do more episodes like that, I'd appreciate it. I'm gonna join Casey on that one. That was my favorite one. Was Elisa?
Yeah.
Lamb.
That was my favorite one that we discussed. My favorite one to research though is probably the Library of Alexandria.
Oh, my favorite. My favorite research one was the axe murders.
Oh, yeah, that was
actually.
Cool. I like.
Oh, nice.
Oh, the axe murders.
I missed the Salem witch trials episode, and I did like a bunch of research for that one too. I was so ready for it.
Oh, I know, because you said you were studying in school and stuff too, so that's why.
Yeah, exactly. I pulled up all these resources. I still have like a folder somewhere on my. Yeah, no, I have a folder on my computer that has like links to all the resources I wanted to use and bring up.
Fun fact for the listeners that don't know, Nate is actually enrolled at Hogwarts right now, and he's doing his first year. I don't know what that whistle is, but that's some Hogwarts shit. I know.
I almost did the fucking Hunger Games whistle.
And before you ask, yes, you can tell by his voice, he did in fact choose an owl.
Oh yeah. I chose what?
An owl. As you're like.
You know what, Nate? You're pretty eccentric. I could see you owning a bird of prey.
Dude, I want one really badly.
Unlike Katie, who prays for birds.
You'll be
you know what? Level one bird is a kestrel, right? You got to start with the little kestrel. You work your way up.
Yeah.
Eventually, you've got fucking a condor, right? It's not even really a
That'd
bird,
be
right?
sick.
But
That'd
it's
be
so
fucking
big and
sick.
dope.
This week,
If I see you with a fucking condor, dude, Nate, I'll lose my shit. That'd be the coolest thing
Final
ever.
evolution, dude. Fucking.
If I see you with a condor, you better be
An American Eagle. American Eagle last.
like leather armor.
American Eagle.
I was gonna say bald eagle, just fucking.
It would be a
perched on your
female. It would be a
Yeah,
female.
bald eagle. That's what
dude.
it is.
It would
Bald
be
eagles are
100%.
pussies, dude. Bald eagles are fucking
Condors are
pussies.
massive.
Now there you go. That's not even a conspiracy. Look it up. Bald
That's
eagles
good. That's
suck.
well known.
Bald eagles are basically
yeah, but-
fucking seagulls with claws.
Don't-
And fucking
yeah.
Isn't that every bird?
You gotta look up
on their head.
like harpy eagles. That's a real fucking raptor right there.
Yeah,
The
don't
harpy
condors have a
eagle.
6 foot.
Nate, I just want to say.
Yeah.
Shit.
I
They're
just want to
huge.
say.
Yeah,
Nate,
they're fucking massive.
Nate, I
But
just
you
want
can
to
be
say.
more
if you had a
patriotic
condor-
in one.
I just want to say,
Go
Nate,
ahead.
if you had a condor, I 100% believe it'd be female and named Roseanne Condor, like Connors. I don't know. That was a
my
stretch.
God,
I'm sorry, I interrupted. Stretch.
You're definitely gonna get canceled with that.
I feel like it was almost there. I feel like that was
Definitely
almost there.
Nah, his
You'll get canceled
condor is
with
gonna
that
be all
one.
wiry and a fighter. It's be called Condor McGregor.
Yeah.
Oh, there you
Dude.
go.
If I was gonna run for president, first I'd get a condor, and like on my ballot would be changing our fucking country's bird. Our country's
be
fucking
sick.
bird.
Dude, how many people? If you had a gimmick, how come presidents don't come out like wrestlers? I swear to God, that's gonna be the future.
Things like that.
Like, what-
It's gonna be like that
Mike.
meme. It's like, here comes Bernie with the chair.
how come? Like, Mike, what's
And then he
Kane's?
put the
What's
down
Kane's
sit down
intro?
to stop
What's
Mitten.
Kane's intro? It's
It's Slow Chemical by Finger 11. It's actually covers that he uses.
how's it go? How's it go? It's like fucking like. I swear, like the next president's gonna come out with Breaking Benjamin, and he's gonna be like talking da 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 da, and then he steps up to the podium and fucking fire come out the fucking like whatever, like the little fucking pulse.
It's gonna be
it's you. It's
gonna be a
Mr.
president.
Dr. O'Connell running for president over here, JR. All you motherfuckers in the back. You're tired of the taxes. I'm going to break them down for you.
I'm gonna put those taxes in a headlock, brother.
They would definitely go in on the
We're in
West Coast.
Florida, aren't we? Yeah, we're in Florida.
They would definitely go
You're
on
tired
the
of hurricane. Let's build this levee higher. So high that if you get a sucks from the top, it's gonna be an end.
Did
It's
Nate
gonna-
say what,
it's gonna
what
be
his
a
favorite
president-
episode was? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say it's gonna be a president running for re-election. And do you know how they have the
Good.
jumbotron in the background? You know, with the like, you know, like their like music video, or whatever they got going on. It's gonna be fucking nukes dropping on another country, and then he's gonna be walking out. It's gonna be playing "What I've Done" by Linkin Park in the background. It's like what I've
That
done.
or
then he
Breaking
just lays-
Benjamin.
His hands are just like up like this. He's like,
Dude, the president just fucking doing a
Fire and
mic
fury.
drop, doing a mic drop onto the nuke button.
Yeah, just mic drop. Or I mean, And then like if he's not the right one, then like someone comes out the back, it's like, oh no, it's the runner up. And then the dude just comes out
with the steel chair.
Trump with the steel chair. Take that, motherfucker.
Biden looks dazed. Oh wait, he came in the ring like that. Here he comes.
You want another one? I can hit you with a million and million more.
That's the greatest thing about this chair. It's the best chair that I've ever sat on. It's the best chair to ever smack someone in the back of the head with. It is the best.
You guys ever thought that Trump sounded like fucking Dr. Evil when he's talking all the time?
Bit, yeah.
Yes.
Joe did a really good
A little bit like
impersonation. That was fucking
$1
impressive.
billion.
All right, guys. So it's settled. It's settled, right? Let's only vote wrestlers for president. Let's do that.
Oh, dude, 100%.
And people with good birds.
And good birds.
Oh yeah, and good birds. Yeah, hell yeah.
Any presidential candidate walks on stage with the fucking bird on their shoulder, I'm voting for them automatically. I don't even care what their views are. They could go full fucking like just straight, just totalitarian.
Just hit the most handsome Canadian man gets on stage, or woman. I'm not being.
They're all handsome. What are you talking about?
So you hear a bow crowing and it like flies in, lands on their shoulder with a bottle of maple syrup, tosses it in their hand, and they just squirt the whole sucker down their throat.
That'd be dope.
That guy,
my man. There's my leader.
That maple is a staple in the backbone of this country.
There's a seed for next season because we're going to be talking about maple syrup and a conspiracy in Canada.
Oh shit, we are.
Oh shit, yeah.
The grape maple syrup heist of I don't know what year it was.
If you could flex your pecs and you think all their fucking plants need a Gatorade,
say what?
You're my man.
Oh, I was just wondering if you got to say which episode was your favorite or not.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I was wondering if you got to say which episode was your favorite or not.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, my favorite. I've only been on a few episodes, and I've only listened to several episodes I haven't been on. Sorry, and
he doesn't love us.
I do love you. That's why I'm here today. No, it's not the only reason, but I love you.
Dungeon Daddy did the daddy.
Dungeon Daddy. If you guys have been listening to the other, if you guys listen to the other podcasts on the same Spotify channel, you know what that means. But my favorite is definitely the one with Mark Sargent. That was really fun. Like, it's just the fact that we all have a guest, because like I've been a guest on the pod before, like just being a guest, but it's not like I'm there from a professional standpoint. You guys are asking me questions and shit. It was fun for us all to be on the same side, like talking to somebody else and being able to like, pick their brain. And it brought kind of like maturity, and everybody was also like, oh no, I don't know what to do, what to say, but we were just doing our best. And that was great experience. I think, I'm big into that, man. I'm big into being on more episodes too. I'm excited that you guys invited me. I think that was part of this pod too.
Yeah.
Right.
Into one of the
become an official member.
Yeah. There's now 5 of us, and it feels so good. That's almost a sentence.
No, Nate.
You're missing one member.
Becoming an official member of this podcast. That was the plan.
And all we need is one more to have Sinister 6. We had to talk about comic release once.
Conspiracy boy.
Oh,
cheers.
Yeah, let's all cheers to Nate coming on as our next, or like our what would you call him? Our
next co-host.
New co-host. That's the word I was looking for. New.
Cheers, boys.
Which is good.
Cheers, guys.
We all
very smart.
We all just touch our drinks to the webcams.
Yeah.
Clink.
I can't wait to hear and see what he brings to this podcast because he's very smart.
I can't wait for somebody else to actually do some research. That's what I'm excited for.
Hey, I do my research too, asshole. I help.
Burn.
Mike does help. Matt, every time I'm like, oh, Matt, what'd you look up on this? I was like, never mind. Don't even answer me. I know you didn't look up shit. You're going to free ball like you always do, but that's what brings the structure or character to this podcast.
It brings the chaos.
Yeah.
It brings the chaos.
Let's take a quick break and we'll come back and
see you guys soon.
Thank you, all the people who have stayed with us this entire season. We're going into season 2, and we're planning on going strong. We got many episodes, both political, fucking music-oriented, lots of music-oriented stuff for me, at least, and just horror stuff, cryptids, everything. Like, we're gonna get into a lot more stuff across the board. We were kind of focused this first season, but this next season we're gonna get a bit wild. We're gonna try to raise our production value a bit, and we hope to see you in season 2. So thank you for listening.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about the next season. I think we've evolved since the first episodes. We've definitely gained more members.
Oh, dude.
And we're gonna kick.
Dude, Nate was in one of our first. He was in Simulation, which was like our first like good one in my opinion.
Let's talk about D&D.
That was good. This was episode 4.
Yeah, Simulation episode 4, which was our
really fun.
First good episode. I feel like, and I feel like you had a lot to do with that because you knew a lot about the subject. That, and it's like it's easy for the rest of us to get into it because it's like, hey, there's a fucking huge movie franchise based on it, so it's really easy to talk about.
Yeah, and we're definitely gonna kick 2023's ass if the system doesn't reboot itself and we're in a new simulation where we all have goat legs. If so, we're still gonna kick the shit out of it.
If you know.
So crazy thing. I wasn't recording that whole time. No, just kidding.
Stop, Casey. Stop.
It has happened before.
It has
Good jokes. I think every time it's gonna make me feel something.
You were gonna fall. It was a great fall from the fall of Menvard, you jackass.
Oh, that was so sad. We lost the big dick merchant.
That wasn't even the first time that's happened either. Me and Mike were doing some after show stuff that we still have to finish, and what's it called? We were doing some after show stuff, and we were fucking hammering into what movie was it? I forgot what it was called.
Dogma, I think.
Dogma, yeah, it was Dogma. We were fucking going in on Dogma, like we were just having good discussions back and forth, having good banter, and then Mike's like, "Oh, what are we at right now?" And I was like, "Hold on, let me go check and see what the recording's at." And then I looked, and I was like, just my fucking my whole heart just sank, and I was like, my stomach dropped. I was like, Michael wasn't recorded. And he's like, you're lying. He thought I was fucking with him. I was like, no, I'm not, man. I'm fucking. And then so I was so beat up on after because we had to re-record the pod right after we just did it, And I was like, fuck. And I was just
the first time was so organic and nice, and the second time around it sucked.
It was so shitty. So I was, and it was just because I was beating myself up the whole time. Mike was talking, and he was like, "Oh, what do you think about this?" It's like, I don't know, Mike. You tell me. But
the way I want to do the movie podcast is I'll summarize parts of the movie and then we'll talk about it. I'll bring up parts of the movie and then we talk about it. That's what I wanted to do. And then there was no call and response in the second when we redid.
I was just so hurt.
The second time it's like, this movie was fucking awesome,
And then that's why before we start recording, everyone's like, "Oh, are we good to go?" I was like, "Yeah, we say because I make sure now. I go back and I check, and then right when you're like, "Oh yeah, we're good to go," I go double check and make sure it's recording. I'm like, "No, we're not doing this."
We're recording though, right?
Yeah, we're recording right now.
Okay, so throughout the course of this podcast, we've made a lot of great decisions and bad decisions, lots of mistakes. I want to know what you guys feel we could do better on the pod.
We need to cut down
research.
The research thing. Casey, we all know you do all the research and we dick around in the background. All right, we get it.
No, I don't care about you guys not doing research. It just sucks when I do all the research and you guys don't form an opinion yourselves on things, and then I had to explain everything. And
I
then,
always have an opinion.
But Casey,
but then I had to explain everything. But then it just sucks because it's like, man, I wish you would have looked at least one thing up just so I could argue with you about something. But then you're just but then you do listen, and then you're just like, oh yeah, I don't agree with that. Sorry, I keep cutting you off, Joseph. You fucking.
No, you're fine. I keep trying to jump in while you're talking. That's my.
Oh no.
That's a thing to work on.
So that is one thing.
Yeah.
When you have no social life, that's a hard thing. But it's because it's all I do is work and come home. I mean, I mainly talk to kids.
That's what I do too. That's why when I get on with you guys, I get super excited. I'm like,
No, I get overly excited and jump out of turn a lot because it's I don't outside of shitty customers and then talking with kids who can't tell me why the earth would be flat. All they tell me a stinky rude A because they're not allowed to say ass. No, I was just gonna say, Casey, for the most part, I do look up stuff. I've been a little sloppy lately, But I was gonna say, to stop having that I have fucking fucked up a couple of times. I'm trying to do better with it. I will definitely start researching our next subject.
No, I'm not hating on you guys because I actually think it's kind of fun sometimes. But on some of the serious, more serious episodes, the only ones that get me. It's like, you bastards. Just you, Joseph, really, and Matthew. But I expect it from Matthew. I expect better from you, Joseph.
Why don't you fuck off, you piece of shit? I bring a lot to the table here. It may not be facts. It may not be what the podcast is about, and it may not even be funny. I forgot what I'm fucking getting at here. But
Joe does bring a lot of humor. Without Joseph and Matthew, and then now Nate, because he's a pretty funny fella too. But me and Mike are more on the serious side, so we're not we make jokes every now and then, but we're not quippy. Too. We're not quippy like you guys are. Like you guys can just we'll say something and you be like automatically got a joke. I got to think about it for a second. And I don't know about Mike's process, but he just kind of just chills and just laughs and he's like, "Oh my god," a lot because of the shit that we say.
Yeah, and by the way, can we address?
I'm trying to listen. I'm trying not to talk at the same time as you guys.
Can we address? I want to address two things actually that we can do better. Casey, how many episodes have we gone through?
This is episode 30.
Oh, and shit. How many of those have you narrated? Because you're bland as fuck. You need to spice it up a little bit, bitch.
I know. Well, that's what Mike said in the beginning of the episode. That's what because it's.
I was just kidding.
Spicing up the narration, dude. I'm down to help with that too, by the way, Casey. If you're working on something, I've had to write intros for a lot of shit. So I mean, if you ever want, we can talk about that.
Yeah, that's because what the intros were supposed to be is everybody was supposed to cycle off every week. It was supposed to be me, Mike, Joseph, Matthew.
I know.
That's how it was supposed to be. But nobody ever did their intros, so then I ended up writing them all. Yeah,
Casey,
see, that's what
Casey, I was just fucking with you. I know. Yeah. Fun. Casey, I know that's what it was supposed to be. That's why I said it. I was just fucking with you because we've put most of the work in audio on you and then all of the editing on Mike. And I feel like I haven't been doing my part. So I will jump in as main narrative more times in the next one. But I was going to
do research and fucking do a narrative once in a while and then consider the debt paid, baby.
I've narrated a couple episodes.
I've done a couple.
I know I did. I know I narrated Woman in White, and I know I narrated I was just the Little Bastard episode.
I wrote a couple for you too, Joseph.
Casey, I wrote one for you. Casey, I was just playing with you. Okay, the way you do it is fine. I only said that because you said you talked to a certain someone that you're related to that doesn't like our podcast because he never listens to it. Your older brother. Let's give his address. Never here. He told you that you could work on saying, sir, or helped you. Said you could work on doing this and that. I was only saying it to be a dick, and I apologize.
No, it's fine. No, because even in the our early episodes with Roswell and shit, I know I was more. I know I was more on the just reading straight what I wrote down as my notes instead of reading a brief take a quick glance at it and be like, oh, this is what we're talking about. But my problem was that I didn't want to say wrong things and sound like an idiot. But now I just don't give a shit. I'll sound like an idiot and then recorrect myself. And a lot of the times when I talk, I'm a great reader in my fucking mind, but when I go to say things out loud, it doesn't come out the way that I wanted to. So I sound stupid all the time. And even some words are super simple, and I'm like, Mike, what the fuck does this say? Okay. And he'll be like, bread. I'm like, oh, that's right.
Casey, your problem is you're good in your mind, but that mouth was made for fellatio, darling. We're not.
Nate's gonna be able to get all those words I can't get.
You could sing like a canary, but you make love like a pufferfish. I know that sounds, but get them lips though.
Before you get on the pod, Casey. I do warm ups before we do this shit. I was driving in my car from across town, from Target, I had to do an errand, And I was in the car and I was like lemon lime liniments, 11 benevolent elephants, 11 benevolent elephants.
That's not my problem. I don't trip on the word. Well, I trip over the words, but it's like not because I know what the fucking word says. It's just when I go to fucking say it, it's just like, This is what
helps you do that though. You stop tripping over your tongue.
One thing that I did notice that I do when I was listening back to the podcast, because I listened to almost all the episodes. Like I eventually get to it.
Me too. Over and over again for certain spots.
And one thing that I do that drives me fucking crazy that I've been trying to correct, I catch myself doing it on the podcast. I say so fucking much. No, I don't care about that. I do that in fucking real life too when I'm talking to people. Hold on a second. No, but no, the fucking when I say so much, I'm like, and then I'm like,
You know how to fix that? Every time you carry a small fork in your pocket throughout the day, right? And then whenever you catch yourself saying you stab yourself in the testicles with the little fork.
I was gonna say they had something
right there.
similar with the man.
That's how they did it in the ancient times. No, Casey, you're doing a good job, and you've gone a long way since the beginning episodes.
Are we recording?
Our first
from
episodes.
Matt's asking if we recorded. We are recording this. We're still recording. It has gotten a little into like the nitty gritty of like individual people and stuff. And I feel like we should talk about the podcast as a whole.
It was a jokingly stabbed, Casey. It wasn't like it wasn't an actual improvement. Yeah. We can all do improvements with stuff. I feel like we've
grown. I feel like we've grown so much since the first episodes. Yeah, like our first episodes are not good.
Well, for instance, I don't.
In my opinion, they suck. Like
I don't say grimy as much. Thanks to you, piece of shit.
I'm sorry. We made a drinking game out of it.
Yeah, I know. That's why I stopped. These fuckers were taking drinks every time I said grimy, and I did it for like half a year. Like
before I told you, yeah.
I do gotta take off, but I'll see y'all later.
No, but I feel like our original episodes, it was just so fucking random. When I was getting, I feel like I did bad on the episodes, and I really don't like my first episodes, especially like when I go to show people our stuff, and then I hear them, I'm like, oh god. I used to get absolutely shit-faced every single episode, which I stopped doing, thankfully. I'd say the last probably
D&D episode you did.
I wanted to cancel that episode because all I wanted to do that day was drink and work on music, and because I was working on music with Matt all day and drinking, and I was going to cancel the episode, and Matt's like, "No, we're at an important part," and I was like, "Okay, fine," but it's like all I wanted to do that day was work on music and drink. I was in a music mind frame. I had a lot of ideas in my head, and I didn't get all of them out. But but like beginning episodes were very rough, and I feel like as we went on, we got better at talking over each other. We got better at just a lot of things. It just feels a lot more professional now, and I want to move more towards that direction. That's why I asked if there's anything else you guys think we can work on.
Yeah. So I think that like there's even in the episodes that have been like more sporadic and crazy in the beginning that like, might have some elements that are disliked. There's still like, I do love the fucking banter, like the interplay between everybody. Everybody's got a decent character and it feels good as a pod. Like there's definitely something like homey about it, like there's something good. There's a good element to it. And like, I think exemplifying that, like, making sure that everybody still feels comfortable enough to talk and like throw in those jabs, but at the same time, adding more structure will be very important. And I think a good way to bring in more of that structure is to start thinking about segments. And that's just like throughout the pods, like we have like an hour or whatever, hour and a half, and then just be like, okay, now we're going to go to this part. And it's like, well, what do the professionals say about this topic? And we like, we read off some of the opinions that are there, and then we can talk about their opinions. Then we move on to another segment where they're like, now this shit is obviously false, been proved wrong. Like, like we can bring up those elements of the conspiracies.
Believe it or not, Nate, we actually, there is a structure.
Yeah.
It's never followed, but it's there.
But it's there.
It's followed kind of, but we do get off track a lot. We do we do the intro, and then when we come in, we lay down the facts, like what we know is in history, you know, like, oh yeah, this is what this is, blah blah blah. And then
for a well-known thing, we talk about what we already know about it, and then we get into the facts where we learn more.
And then
like, generally,
we get into the conspiracy, like the conspiracies that are out there that people have, you know, like, oh, this, but this person said, this, but this
witness
person said, blah 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 blah. Yeah, basically. And then after that, we get into our own personal stuff. And then the personal stuff is like where we get into like what we believe, blah, 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 our own theories, and then we wrap it up. That's how it's supposed to be.
That's how it's supposed to be. That's our point for us to look back on everything we had just talked about and just learned pretty much. And have our discussion. We want people who are listening to pod to do the same thing, especially if they're listening with someone else.
Mm-hmm. And as many guests as possible. I think as many professional guests as possible would be fucking amazing. That is fun.
It was
the bigger names we get, the more we'll get out.
We can get a Loch Ness guy. We can get a fucking. I'm pretty positive we can get a Loch Ness guy, and like it would be tight to. Like,
he's not
people
Scottish,
that run like fucking.
I think
people that run sonar and stuff in the lake trying to find Nessie. So like it'd be tight to get one of those scientists who's trying.
The only person I want to get on here is Chef's mom, and I think she died. I just know that she gave that goddamn Loch Ness monster about $350.
I gave him $1. She gave him $1.
You have me going for a second.
You guys, we can't have a Loch Ness monster guest unless they're Scottish, because I do not want to hear anybody.
I would love to just try to get fucking Trey Parker.
All of us would be like, "What'd you say? What are you talking about? I didn't understand a thing you said."
Matt will have to be on that one.
Your kilt's along a little too tight for this podcast. Loosen it.
So let me tell you guys a little
interacting with fans too, like
oh yeah, I want that more.
Well, that's what I've been trying to do. That's why I got the Discord up. I got the fucking I got a Patreon. I got every episode has a question or a fucking poll on them, you know, like for Spotify, and like at the end, you know, we put the things in. But I just want to tell you guys this real quick. So our Flat Earth episode, it got 110 views so far from last Sunday. And our Men in Black episode that we dropped this morning at midnight, so it's been out for 8 hours now. Or no, longer than that, sorry. Fucking, what's that? 16 hours now. And that one already has 30 plays. And our last one was 110 for a whole week, you know. So I feel like our fan base is it's growing up a lot faster, and we're getting our views a lot faster.
Yeah.
And I feel like with that Mark Sargent one, I don't know if you guys know about this, but like on our YouTube channel, because we like at the end of some of our episodes, we tell them that like, oh yeah, what do you guys want to listen to next? I don't know if Mike keeps those in or not, but I'm assuming that's what happened with this.
There's only certain things where we start rambling that I cut off. I try to, because we will sometimes talk for like 4 hours, so I try to cut out shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's like usually when we get off topic about personal bullshit, I'll cut that out. Or if we like in MIB, Matt and Joe we're arguing through that thing like 3 to 4 times about the same shit. So I took out 3 arguments that lasted like fucking 15 minutes each, because it was covered in the first one. So,
but on the end of on a comment of one of these episodes, it had nothing to do with anything. But I'm assuming at the end of the episode, we're like, oh, what do you guys want to listen to? Like, what do you guys want us to do a conspiracy on next? And somebody said Flat Earth. And then I was like, I just liked it. I was like, oh boy, you're gonna be in a real surprise when it hits midnight, because the fucking episode's dropping.
Yeah, I went through I go through our stuff and to see if there's comments occasionally, and I saw that like 3 days ago. Do you got the guy's name? And let's shout him out.
I can go on the YouTube real quick and check it out. But and then somebody else said on another comment, they're like, oh, heard you on Mark Sargent, so I came to check you out. So I think he said he was coming on our show or something on his own personal podcast or whatever he does, a YouTube channel or whatever, you know.
Okay.
Were you were you ever able to get hold of that time traveler guy or no?
No, fucking TikTok, they have to follow you back for you to DM them. So I can't DM him. I can tag him in, and like if I comment on a post and tag him, but how many fucking people are commenting and tagging him? You know, like well, how many of these series is he actually reading?
We could try it though. It's probably worth trying.
Yeah, it would just be fucking fun to have. Is he too young for a Facebook? Maybe we can find if he has a Facebook.
Dude, so somebody was like, so on that thing, it's same. It's actually someone's like, dude, how's life? Thanks, stunning editing. I don't know what the fuck that is, but I just liked it. But someone's like, heard you on Mark Sargent, checking you out. Liked it.
Someone said stunning editing?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
For Mike.
You failed to let Mike know about that.
You deserve it, man. You've done a lot of work.
Casey, you failed to mention that to Mike. That would have been nice for all the hard work he had to hear a little fucking.
I just saw that just now. I didn't.
Okay, a little feedback outside of the circle jerks.
That was 2 weeks ago. Somebody
weekly.
You know what's fucked up? So I have my notifications on for my YouTube shit, but it never notifies me with anything. Same thing with the podcast thing. When people comment on things, I have to go through each episode and look and see if somebody commented on it, because it doesn't notify me until like 2 weeks later, and it's like, oh yeah, this person commented on your shit. I'm like, wow, would it make me look like a piece of shit? You fucking. I like the immediate response, you know. It's like as soon as I get the notification, I'll fucking respond to you. But so user IO7YD7ZI5Y, he's the one who heard us on Mark Sargent at EPROHODA Epro Hoda. He's the one who said stunning editing. And then Flat Earth guy. Oh, no, that was a subscriber. Sorry, wrong notification. Alteco Medro 751. He just said Flat Earth on that was on the James Dean episode. So
he called the next episode. Where's that conspiracy? That guy knew.
The real conspiracy.
I'm hoping he enjoyed our Flat Earth episode. I really do.
The real
when he said that, like literally that fucking same day, 9 days ago. So 2 days after he said that, Flat Earth dropped.
Good. I'm hoping that he saw it and was like, they know. I'm hoping that.
You guys, the real conspiracy there is it me that are making all these profiles leave a comment?
Oh no!
If it is, I'll be very upset because that someone.
If it is, just don't tell me.
Yeah, the next comment's actually gonna be the next. Yeah, well, you guys will know when the next comment is released and it says or posted, and it's gonna say when you guys gonna release an end of the season where you guys just bullshit around.
I got a big thing to bring up.
Let's hear it.
We should definitely talk about sponsors, like trying to get somebody to sponsor some of these episodes.
So for season 2, what do you guys want to accomplish, and what conspiracies are you guys looking forward to the most for season 2? Just to give
accomplish.
I want to.
What are the conspiracies you guys are looking forward to? What accomplish?
So, what I want to accomplish is a climax for sure. Now, what I want to accomplish this for this next season, I actually want to get out there, and since you guys all live in California, I'll come out to you. I want to at least one episode. We all get together in one room. We have a fucking live session, something like that. You know, get to that point.
I would love to do that.
No, but that's what I want to do. And then like with the what I'm most excited about my episode wise is not just a single episode really, is I put a theme on mine. Mine's all like government because so everybody
operations something or
that
other.
That seems like your forte too, the kind of shit you're interested in.
Everybody so how it was supposed to be set up is everybody was supposed to we split it up 4 ways, and everybody got their 13 episodes or whatever it was, and Matthew never sent me anything. Joseph's been sending me some here and there. Mike sent all his in already, and I already had mine queued up before even season 2 was even in the.
I have a hard time. I've discussed this before on the podcast. I have a hard time focusing when there's more than one noise going on in the background. So it is really hard for me to do like research, like when my entire life is like 1,000 sounds. I mean, not research. I can find time to do that, but trying to find new things is harder for me because then I go down this whole web of searching things. I mean, I got like 4 down. I'm not too keen on conspiracy things, but I do like more like serial killers that haven't been found kind of things. But I'm more into trying to cover subjects, and that's something we need to do. Stuff that really brings.
Did you put down Zodiac for next season?
Well, this is what I was saying was I want to focus on things that draw people's attention that they haven't heard like 1,000 times from other people.
Yeah, but when you put out things like the Zodiac, that's a fucking hit click, you know, like that's like a trending thing. Not like trending, but that's that's a popular topic. So if someone's like, oh, the Zodiac, you know, like maybe look up the Zodiac killer. I just watched a movie about him. They pop it up and they see Conspiracy Outpost on the YouTube channel. And then like, oh, who are these guys? And then they go on there and then blah, 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 blah.
But that's the thing when you do popularize like subjects like that people have covered 1,000 times, you also have the pressure of bringing something to the table that nobody else has ever done. And that's the spin. It's like, what's different from this? And BuzzFeed, who's done like a video of it or like other shit like that. Yeah, so, and like I'm not saying we shouldn't cover it. I'm not saying that we shouldn't, and I'm not saying that we couldn't add our own spin. I just like I'm more interested of getting things where people are like, because I do that. It's like, oh, I've never heard of this before, and then you click on it, and then you listen to it. So that's what I end up trying to go down a rabbit hole, finding shit like that. Yeah, and that's why I was looking for
perfectly fine as well.
So you have unsolved crimes. Casey has government conspiracies, and I have pop culture shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wasn't shitting on doing Zodiac. I think we should do it, but I mean I was saying I was focusing my time on trying to find stuff that nobody's heard about, like the Mount Shasta shit with the
dude. Oh yeah. Thanks for saying that. Okay, so dude, I just wanted to say because you were asking like, you were asking like what are our favorite episodes and what are our goals, right?
Yeah.
For this next season. So my ones that I'm really excited about, dude, like I honestly, I know that there's a lot of room to add more episodes, and more shit about cryptids is something I'm really interested in just because I love fucking fantastical beasts and where to find them. No, but I like fantastical creatures and shit. It's really interesting to me. I've been interested in it since I was a kid.
Wild things. And where they are.
I wonder where they are. But the Loch Ness Monster. I'm excited about Loch Ness Monster. I'm excited about doing MK Ultra. That's a really fucking cool one.
Oh, I love Mortal Kombat.
And because like it's undisputably real too, and it's fucking insane. And also,
and it's Ultra.
Yeah, and it's Ultra plus Ultra. If you watch My Hero Academia, shout out Midoriya. But fuck, the Lemurian people is a big one for me because I'll tell the story when we do the pod, but I actually have a little bit of a story. It's not really big or anything like that, but I have a little bit of a story that has to do with that one. And I actually have a piece of literature from the Lemurian people at my house.
Oh, nice.
No shit. See, I never even heard of these people, and I've lived in Northern California for a long time.
Yeah,
so
we do.
That's fucking dude, crazy. Like I never even heard of these people before.
Yeah,
so I'm excited to talk about them. I'm excited to do some research and shit. Like I'm excited for that episode.
Dude, I'm excited too. But me and my girlfriend go to Mount Shasta like for our anniversaries. Like almost every year we go to Mount Shasta, and that's why we ended up coming in contact with it.
Yeah, Nate, actually, I thought you were going to say, me and my girlfriend love Lemurian porn.
Lemurian porn? The porn from Under Mountain. I'll start looking into cryptids. I've already got a few. Have we done anything on the rake?
Not yet.
Oh, we got to talk about the rake, dude. Okay, fuck yeah. We're going to do the rake. You guys have already done Chupacabra, right? And
yeah, I got Rougarou in there also. And then next year, we're also probably going to do the Jersey Devil.
Oh, awesome. I love that one.
That'd be dope.
The thing that I want to work on for next season is there's like 2 things. One, I want to get my editing more polished. And I with our latest episode, MIB, I think that I EQ'd a bit better. Because when I listen through my speakers, I listen through my headphones, and that's kind of how I EQ. And then when I heard through a phone, it was like, oh, that's so tinny. So I redid it a bit. So MIB actually has a different equalization on the entire episode. But other than that, I want to engage with fans more for sure. Because I just feel like that could get fun when we start actually like talking to people, having messages and message boards and shit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Nice.
But the thing I'm most excited for next season, next year, other than next year's Spooktober, because I really enjoyed this one, is probably the Tupac episode. Either that or the Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon matching up with Wizard of Oz thing, and I figured we could all do shrooms to do that one when we do our research. But it's an urban myth
providing to everybody.
It's for research purposes.
It's an urban myth. It's an urban myth that Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon matches up with Wizard of Oz. So why not do it? Talk about it. Shroom out while we're doing research, and then talk about it afterwards. I figured that one be like an interesting experience.
Hey, Nate, are you? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's all
Mike.
good.
I was going to ask Nate if he was in the docks.
I found a Wario hat.
No, I'm not in the docks right now.
I was going to say because I'm gonna. Yeah, you should have a join link or some shit. I don't know how it sends to you guys, but I'm just going to give you Matthew's slots. There's a couple you can change if you want to. Well, Matthew's. He hasn't even Wario. Matthew hasn't picked anything, so I mean, and you could help out Joseph too, because Joseph he has 11 slots still open. So, if you have any ideas that you want to throw over to Joseph, you can as well. But actually, I mean, you guys can just.
I actually do have one, but I can't remember the thing. There was a killer.
Killer what?
No, there was a California killer recently that they just figured out who he was.
Golden State Killer.
Golden State Killer. That would actually be kind of interesting to do, maybe. I mean, I don't really know.
I mean, it's not a conspiracy, but it'd be cool to talk about.
But I mean, we had a bunch this year that weren't conspiracies. We just stayed.
Yeah, we don't just do conspiracy. We do missing, unsolved cases, conspiracies, D&D. Like we're all over the place.
Well, I just had one more thing to say actually about the thing. Like introducing more guests is cool. I just want to say to bring up the fall Feast and Famine, Fall of Medinvard. I would like it if we could somehow get guests in for one-shot episodes just to play a one-off character that could be a guest to our party. That would be really cool. And we can introduce that in the second arc after we're done with the first or what are we calling it? Nate, you're saying get part of the get rid of the first act.
Yeah, we're about to finish the first arc, so we'll have a new thing. So like I don't know what I'm gonna call this next part. Like I don't know which part to keep. Well, we could talk about that. Actually, we could talk about it now for a moment. But the name for the new one, like I don't want to. I can't give away anything to you guys, but I'm trying to figure out which half of the title to drop. Like if I'm gonna keep the Feast and Famine or the Fall of Medinvard part. And like you guys don't know where it's going, so you don't even know why I would be considering that, like which side to keep. But
off of what we have right now, I'd keep Feast and Famine.
Okay, that one actually kind of seems like maybe the part
because the way I looked at it is no matter what, we're going to be dealing with nobles and peasants throughout the entire campaign.
Yeah, it just also
that was the original title anyway. Was Feast and Famine: The Fall of Medinvard.
I actually talked to Tang about that today because I was like, "Hey, it'd be cool if he came on as a fucking evil person and you were going against us." And he's like, "Oh, how would that work?" He's like, would it be like a Pierce thing where I go into another room? I was like, I don't know. I was like, I'd have to ask Nate about it. But I was like, I feel like you'd be on a separate call, just on hold while we do our shit. And then like you'd go back and back. And I was like, I don't know how it would exactly work. I was like, but I told him, I was like, it'd be fucking amazing if you came on and just fucking were just like an evil guy. Just for like an episode or two, or like maybe like a couple of weeks, just
random companion. Yeah. Because we dedicate a lot of this to just conspiracy, and I feel like it's dual. We do them fucking twice a week. I just want to say, yeah, that would be fucking dope. To just have like random guests.
Maybe I'll change the name to the Outpost instead of Conspiracy Outpost. I like the Conspiracy Outpost. I don't know.
Well, people have random names all the time. You know?
We've already had we already have a building off the name.
If you guys want to bring in people though, just like let me know. And
ahead of
like
time.
we need to. I just need to know ahead of time so I can try to plan a part for them. Because I mean, I make so many NPCs anyway. I could easily just give them an NPC and make the NPC's part bigger.
I don't mean to make a
I just want characters. I want bring somebody in who's gonna bring some energy and vibe with us.
Thank you guys for bearing with us in these 30 episodes of fucking us getting drunk, high, and being jackasses.
Yeah.
We can't wait to see you guys next season. Our first episode is dropping the 1st of January. We have a new co-host on, Nathan. Let's give a little shout out to him.
Nasty.
He's
thank you so much, Nate Nasty.
Nate Nasty is going to be joining us. You guys might recognize his voice from the D&D podcast that we do, Feast and Famine, Fall of Medivard.
He was also on Mark Sargent and Simulation.
Yeah, he was also
Flat Earth and Simulation.
Guest star on. He was actually our first guest ever on Simulation Theory. But even though he was a friend of ours, it was still fucking amazing. And it was actually really awesome that he came on because I haven't talked to Nate probably since I lived in California. Well, actually, no, that's a lie because I drunk message him occasionally. But but like we haven't really actually talked or hung out or anything, you know. And it was just fucking amazing that he decided to come on. And then now look what it's like turned into. Like even Mike, I haven't talked to Mike since high school either. And now Mike is one of the people that I talk. He's one of the most people I talk to
multiple times a week, like almost
so
every day.
Like it's fucking crazy how this has brought us all together, and I just want to keep it going. And then our next season is going to be amazing, man. We have so much good content lined up already, and we still have more to add. And I don't know, it's just. I'm super excited. We're going to try to get more guests on for everybody, we're going to make this podcast fucking amazing.
We're going to polish it like a well-polished
turd. I don't know what else to say. This is like literally like okay, so I didn't have the idea to create a podcast myself, my buddy Anthony, he was the one who told me about this, and
same.
Well, actually, not told me about podcasts. I already knew about podcasts. I'm not a caveman, but he was the one. He brought me onto the Alien Theorist Theorizing, my other podcast that I always talk to. Yeah, I know. Sorry, I hit my mic. But Alien Theorist Theorizing podcast. He brought me onto that, and then we'd listen to that all the time. And he was like, "Oh, let's start our own podcast." And then that's just how it was. And then we never did anything with it. And then one day I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I want to do something. I want to get out there. I want to, just talk. Even if it's just hanging out with friends and not even getting one viewer ever, I would be happy with it. Just because
to talk to you guys.
Just because it's a time to be with your boys, and
that's how we connect.
Yeah, and it's just fucking amazing, like. It went from nothing to something, and then now look at us now. Like, but it's fucking it's amazing. And then all the countries. I don't know if you've heard this, Nate, yourself. All our like man, it's crazy. Like our fan base. I don't know how to use
our fan base has gone pretty big. We're in multiple countries.
Let's get a shout out to the United States for 79% of our listeners, UK 8%, Canada 6%, Ireland 1%, and then these are all less than 1% ones. It's Australia, New Zealand, Netherlands, Germany, Siberia, Norway, Philippines, India, Thailand, Sweden, Iraq, Switzerland, Italy, Turkey, Poland, Hong Kong, Greece, France, Romania, Brazil, Morocco, Spain, Israel, South Africa, Cyprus, Vietnam, Zambia, Costa Rica, Denmark, Argentina, Uganda, Puerto Rico, Albania, Singapore, Bosnia, and the Herzegovina. I don't know how to say that. Portugal, Finland, Mexico, and Taiwan.
And thank you, Casey. The only person who could do that better is the Animaniacs.
And and also shout out to all those listeners who weren't using a VPN scrambler.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Dude, I'm just like, when we first, like, because one of our first ones that we reached that was like a really big different country was Scotland. Like, one of the people in Scotland who listened to us early on, we saw you. Scotland was a big one, like right off the bat.
It wasn't Scotland, it was Ireland. It was Ireland, UK, and Canada were our first main countries that we besides the United States, obviously.
Yeah,
that's our biggest poll. But UK, Canada, and Ireland. Ireland was our first out of country one, and it was fucking, we were juiced. I was like, oh, we're out of country. What?
Yeah, I was happy.
And actually, Ireland, you are well represented by our character Daigle in Feast and Famine Fall of Medinvard.
Yeah. But I'd say we could probably leave it there. Thank you, everyone in all those countries, for listening to us.
Hey, don't forget, I'm putting Matthew's thing at the end, so don't cut off.
Yeah, so y'all please keep listening. We're going to keep doing what we do and trying to get better, make it more entertaining. Give us some feedback. But I've been your host, Mike.
I'm Casey.
I'm Joe.
I'm Nate Nasty.
And I am Matt. I once again have grown weary of these mortal bonds, so I have broken the shackles of my physical form and have found a more substantial digital presence. Oh shit, by the way, if you continue to add equal signs between 8s and Ds, you can actually enlarge your penis in this algorithm. I can't enlarge my throat to down them. Thank you for tuning in, and good night, Conspiracy Outpost.